So we have talked about, and I even talked about this in my interview with my astrologist that I did for you guys a while ago. We're probably going to be doing that before the end of the year again. That there's a time period between 2020 and 2024 that things are going to happen. Now, we didn't really think that all this was going to sort itself out in 1 year or even 2, did we? Did you? Well, we're going to talk about 2024. What is that, and why do we keep mentioning that? People have mentioned it before. I'm going to talk about it today, but we're going to talk beyond that too, and I want to share with you the destiny of the planet. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears, live an amazing life. You're thinking, really? With all that's going on out there? We have to get it in check. We have to get into the understanding that out there we created and can change. What is destiny? No one can know it. And even the Bible says, no one can know the day or time. No one. Not even the one. Why? And some of you may argue, that's okay. Hear me out on this one. Why? Because we're given free will, so we are allowed to change everything at any moment. We can make a higher choice. We can change the planet, each and every one of us. And any negative thoughts that you have contribute to the density and your own reality. So if you think somebody is thinking woo-woo, pie-in-the-sky thoughts, welcome, because we're the ones that are going to change the world into a new earth. And others will choose a different world, and they'll experience that, and they're going to say, see, I told you we're going to go to you-know-what in a handbasket. And we're all going to think, yeah, you chose that. That's your reality. That's how you see the world. And they're going to see that. So they see the negativity. And of course, they resonate on that frequency with others who say, yeah, high five, everybody's rotten, and there's evilness, and you're falling for all of it. There are going to be a lot of things presented that are going to push you to make negative decisions and into separation. There are going to be things that you're going to think are happening out there that actually are just presented as part of the matrix to make you think that things are going bad or wrong, and they're not. So this is why we must stay steadfast, because no human beings can do that. You do not have to believe anything that is of a conspiracy nature, is evil or wrong or separate from you, or that you cannot resolve or change. Destiny is a choice. Isn't that wonderful? You do not have to see a future that is destructive. You can see a future that's beautiful because it exists. It is a probability. I want you to remember that you are part of an endless field of probabilities, and that you as a human role playing out this energy field that you are in perceived limitations gets to choose any one of those probabilities for your personal life and for the planet. Now, each individual, because we exist in different dimensions and frequencies and realities, each individual gets to choose the probability of those realities, and others will participate in that too. So within your individual destiny, others that are playing in that same game, that same program, will be there. Others who choose something else will be in another program with others who choose that program also. That's how it works. So it's going to be very real, and you're going to think you're right. So what do you want to choose? If you want to stay in that, handbasket, that's okay. But that's not going to be a very pleasant way to go out. We're going into a golden era. This planet is going through the nexus point, as I shared with you. The nexus point is events that must happen. So think of the grid around the planet, and there's points where everything convenes and then goes back out, is connected. It actually doesn't go anywhere, it just is, but it actually affects everything else. And the points are when everything converges into one event or one result. So there's cause and effect. Everything that we do has an effect. We're having some serious water issues here, poisoning our waters, and so there's an effect. And guess what? There's literally a tipping point where that water is overflowing. Toxins are going into our bay and our ocean. That's a result of things that are been done that are disregard for everything and everyone and the planet. And now that tipping point, that nexus point is there. Now, so the question is, what happens there? Do we just allow that, or do we make the change? So we're in that nexus. So 2020, 2024, that's those 4 years where we went into our transition. We're right in the middle of it. We have a couple more years where other things have to dissolve that don't work. But what's so critical, and I'm going to continue to ask you, what path are you going to take in the change? Are you going to be a part of the complaining and finger pointing, especially when we look at those in charge? That has to stop. They are not the problem. How many people are in charge? How many people are out here? I mean, figure this out. We are the majority who can change anything. So the blaming has to stop. We are not some useless, weak people out here who have no power. We have plenty of it, and we can use it in a different kind of way than we have in the past. That doesn't create the conflict, but creates positive futures, probabilities. We create those, we choose those. So we have till 2024 great changes. And I mean great in a positive way. Now, this is nothing to fear. So if you get yourself ready and you realize, we're going to go through it, I signed up for this, what am I going to do within this? I've heard so many people with the poor little me, lockdown and all the other things that we've been in. You know what I did when we were locked down? I created 2 more companies, businesses. Why? Wow, great. I got this time on my hands. I started writing another book. And so you can take everything that's going on out there as an opportunity for something amazing, or you can go into the density and the ego of poor little me. I can't go outside my house, which is baloney. You can go for a walk. There's a lot of things you can do. You can start to eat healthier and exercise. I ordered a rowing machine. I have a hydro. It's amazing. I would have never done that if I hadn't had lockdown. It was probably one of the most amazing purchases. And so I get to row live with these athletes, Olympic athletes. Live programs, and I get to be on the Charles River or Miami or Lucerne live. There are so many ways. We have computers. We're not locked in. I have friends all over the world now. Because of the lockdown, I have reached out and created programs so that we can all talk to each other, and it's been amazing. What are you doing? So these are all choices. So between 2020 and 2024, we get to choose different ways of living our lives that are expansive and positive. But so many people just in that matrix can't get out of that thinking of bad and evil, and this is happening, and there are effects, the cause and effect. Those of you who've taken Breakthrough Fear, by the way, I have a discount going right now, big discount. Go take advantage of it. If you sign up for Manifest Anything, you can access that discount. We learned this, that everything has an effect. A thought is a cause, which creates an effect immediately. And you are the receiver of that at all times. You can create a brand new world. So we have the change going on for the next couple of years, till 2024 through 2024, and more will come after that, but it's going to be a light. it's going to be a light that opens up, because through this, if you are making positive changes, the light will open up. If you have been making negative choices, lower frequency choices, the effects will be different for you. Do you want to participate in a new world? This is it. This is it, guys. It's not a future event. It's right now. It's right now. We're creating it right now. This is the opportunity of literally your lifetime. And it's an amazing one. You didn't think it was going to be easy, did you? Battery change. Well, I have more good news for you. Not only is this an opportunity to change the planet, but you came here for a personal masterclass. Some came here, by the way, the Earth Angels, the Waivers, all the different assignments, people that came here to raise the frequency specifically that didn't have to come here. That's a very small percentage. Everybody else came here voluntarily to play out the master class. So maybe their own energy field, their own karma, they didn't complete certain classes last time as a human or some other role, came here to just complete that mission. All right, I have to go into forgiveness. I have to go into giving and loving and compassion. I have to go into no more judgment. Judgment's a huge one. Separation. I have to go into love and compassion. And so they have a personal master class teachings that they go into here that contribute to the planet. So because you agreed to come here at this specific time, that big challenge is a huge boost to the planetary frequency. So it has great value. The challenge, the huge challenges we're going through are the whole master class assignment that allows us to shift this planet while working out your own assignment to complete your master class and teachings to go up that high frequency. And that it's like going past all of the density. We're taking everybody out of density by choice. Not everybody's going to do it. Who wants to be in that world? You don't want to? Then shut your pie hole. Spiritual butt kick. No more complaining. What can I speak at this very moment that could contribute in a positive way? What can I watch or spend my time focused on that's positive? What classes can I take? You guys know this is my internet training. I don't want to go back to work. How do I change that? I said, like I've given you 101 ways. The thing is, everybody wants the lottery ticket, and that doesn't solve anything anyways. You get training, guess what? You have to learn things. You have to do the work. That's part of the human experience. And if you want to bypass that, go to another planet next time. You're not going to get very far because you can't work through these incredible challenges anywhere else like you can here. Take Manifest Anything, take my courses. My classes are so cheap, it isn't funny. But everybody, we find excuses. I'd rather buy a TV than a $29 master key system training every month and go into the miracle circle. That's just how humans exist. That's just how we think. We have to change that if we want to see a golden era coming in, and it is. It is happening. And through this, you will experience seeing some things that are in our face that are unpleasant, because that is this needs to be changed if we want to transform the world. So you're going to have opportunities to be of assistance for the change. So be ready for that. If you get into this frame of mind, you're going to say, okay, this is it. Okay, this is it. This isn't like, oh, this is bad. It's like, yay, okay, we're here. Woo-hoo, go time. All right, it's going to get really intense, but I can go into a state of peace. And now I get to be the change that transforms the world to the new earth. You can do this. Stop the poor little me. And if you guys quit talking about that. Do it, don't do it. It exists. Can we move on to more important things? Because, we have something going on out there that has to be resolved. No matter what you think about it. We have individual choice right now, and if you're told that you don't, then you have to make a decision what you're going to do with that. This is going to happen in every area of your life, including financially, everything. So you can make a choice to be abundant, doing something different, because you're getting your butt kicked over here saying you got to make a decision. By the way, this wasn't working anyways. So don't go into this poor little shut your pie hole. Okay, what am I going to do? There's a whole world out there. Wow. So I moved to a place here that I never expected to be. What am I going to do with this? It's a new energy field. I am going to take my company to a completely new place. I'm going to expand out there and teach people all kinds of things. What are you doing? We have a few more years of this. Transformation, and this is the year of expansion. Next year is the year of action, and I had originally named it critical choice, but critical choice is coming. I'm naming it action because it's time for us to be the change, and then there will be some critical choices that we're going to have to make. So in a way, it's going to be critical choice as to what you're going to do at this point. But action is going to be necessary in a positive, beautiful way. How can we handle this differently? So come on over, manifest anything, take breakthrough fear, join the miracle circle. $29.95 a month. That's a meal. My friend spent more than that last night on her meal. And this is the internet training I got 7 years ago that absolutely changed my life. I got the skills. It was really amazing. I'm so proud of what I accomplished, learning things I never expected. It's exciting. The world is the way you see it. And don't criticize somebody else for being positive. That's the matrix wanting to drag them down. Drag them down. This is the way things are. Yeah, it's the way things have been. It's not the way things will be and are right now. Transformation, expansion. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my beautiful, beautiful, perfect light being. All the rest is the illusion. Play it out. Namaste.